Alrighty, and here we are back with Rob's collection, inventory archive video number 7. You may have just seen my last one with the ColecoVision items. Here is another box that was sitting right beside it. These are all in the corner, one corner of the bedroom here, actually on my wife's side. And this is why, at some point in time, read the description in the video. Don't even ask me right now. I won't keep anyone in mind or think of you. That's up to you. You watch my videos, you stay tuned, and when the good time comes for me to sell and trade, I'll let you all know. Actually, sell, trade, giveaways, contests, I plan to do a lot of that kind of thing. But, you know, it's all pretty off the cuff, and just like all my videos, like you're going to find now, here I'm doing a few inventory videos when I've just been doing 1 or 2 videos a week or so. That's just the way I am. When I have spare time, I throw together a video. So let's have a few in a row. Continuing, as I said, with video number 7 of my collection archive. It's Magnavox. Magnavox is for the CDI, Philips Consumer Electronics Company. The CDI system. This is the limited warranty, safety precautions, notes, how to hook up your CDI, all that good stuff. Little diagram with the various accessories and things that you could pick up. I really still want to get a CDI mouse, oddly enough. I want to get the CDI mouse. Why? Because CDI, one concept they had in mind with CDI was that every game would work with all the add-ons and peripherals. But would you believe that? Like, honestly, apparently you can play any game on the CDI using the mouse, even the gun. I know it sounds really strange, but you can in some fashion or another. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, obviously, but it can be done. And I don't have it myself, but the CDI came with like this remote control, much like what you would get on a television. And I don't have one of those infrared remote controls, and it had the buttons and the directional pad and all that on there. But I never got one, and I didn't even look for one. But I kind of lucked out. I was quite happy. I know you're saying, how could you treat your stuff like that? I'm just lazy and I want to get these videos done. So, but here it is. This is something great, actually. I love this. This is an original CDI control pad. 3 buttons, kind of like the Sega Genesis. Then your standard D-pad right there, crosshairs, and this works well. I have no problem with this. It works good for the CDI. The CDI, again, being a strange beast, of course, it couldn't have, you know, the connectors that just about every system had before and after it. No, it had to have more like one of these DIN plug type jacks. Actually, it resembles something closer to an S-video cable input, so yeah, of course. So there you go. Then, okay, I'm getting things a little mixed up here. I guess I should tell you, this is the CDI / 3DO box that you're looking at right now. So now, here's the Panasonic. I won't take it out. You can get an idea there. Panasonic mouse for the 3DO system. So I have the mouse for the 3DO. I'd really love to have one for the CDI. But, you know, I want one at a decent price. And it doesn't have to be boxed or anything, but hopefully I'll get one. And I know, guys, yes, eBay and Craigslist and this and that. Craigslist doesn't work for me, and I live in a small city in BC, and they never have crap, and I'm not that much into collecting that I'm going to run to the nearest big city to pick up a deal. So it's just not within my means. So I pretty much depend on, unfortunately, on eBay and, well, eBay, because I sure as heck is not going to find any of this kind of stuff at the local flea markets or pawn shops or anything. So here's the CDI games. CDI Mad Dog McCree, live action, real actors. Mad Dog McCree, shoot 'em up, Western theme, of course. American Laser Games, one of many of that type of genre of gaming. Good old Space Ace. In general, these games are pretty darn good on the CDI. The thing is, though, they look great on the CDI, games like Space Ace and anything with animation or live action, but on the CDI, they all require the digital video cartridge, the DVI cartridge, or DVC, whatever you want to call it. It's a little cartridge that fits into the unit, and basically it gives it better, I believe it's like MPEG, some format of MPEG video playback. So to have these really look good, basically they approach somewhere about the level of old VHS quality video, which for animation looks quite great indeed, full screen, no problem. It's not like you're getting that grainy half-size Sega CD type stuff. But again, it does require the digital video cartridge on the CDI. Interestingly enough, the 3DO, which I consider a more powerful system overall, does just as good video output, if not slightly better than the CDI without the video cartridge. There is also a digital video cartridge for the 3DO, but it's specifically for, well, watching VCD movies. That was a format of movies that were basically on CD, again approaching VHS quality, but that's pretty much all the digital video cartridge will do for you on a 3DO. You can play all the games on the 3DO without the digital video cartridge and still get that fantastic video quality output, full screen and full color and everything. So anyway, there's another CDI game, Caesar's World of Boxing. I'll have to do a playthrough on some of the CDI games. There's another fellow that does specifically CDI. Well, no, not specifically. He does a lot of CDI gaming videos, and they're so much better than what I would do already. So that's I believe it's Half Blind Gamer, if I recall. Half Blind Gamer. He's actually the one that got me to notice the CDI, if I remember him correctly. Seb, otherwise known as the Half Blind Gamer. I hope I'm getting that right. It's been a while since I've watched any of Seb's videos, and I've made the mistake of calling him Seth in the past too. So, but he's a great fellow, fun guy, does excellent videos. Look him up, Half Blind Gamer. And that's it. Here's a CDI. This is actually a movie, Addams Family Values. Now this, again, this is a video CD, so VCD basically. It's the funny thing with that format. There was specifically VCD players, and there were movies released on the format. CDI had its own video cartridge. The Commodore Amiga CD32 had its own digital video cartridge, and then there was a lawsuit between Philips and Commodore over the DVI standard. And I think something happened, like they released it, and you could actually play Philips CDI movies in the VCD format on the Commodore CD-TV, or not the CD-TV, CD32 system with the MPEG cartridge, but you weren't supposed to be able to do that, but it was kind of Commodore's way of saying, screw you, Philips. So anyways, continuing on, here's a blue gun. Y'all know about, you know, guns and systems. It was a very popular thing back in the day. Of course, with systems like the Wii, we have a motion sensor bar. But here's the other end of it, this little device here. And again, that weird DIN type plug that plugs into the CDI system for your connection. And that allows you to play your games. You need a tube television, just like most guns from the 80s and 90s. Well, I would say probably the 90s and before. You need a CRT television. With the Wii, of course, it's got its own sensor bar, so it doesn't matter what type of display you hook it up to. Now this is a 3DO. Yeah, that's a 3DO controller. Let me unravel that for you. I quite like the 3DO and CDI. There, I said it. I like them. But that's because this is by, oh cool, it's by Interact. It's a it's got like auto fire, different speeds. That's a cool controller for the 3DO. I like them because these are systems that didn't know what they were or what they wanted to be. Here's a standard everyday 3DO controller. I don't know, is there a better way than just wrapping the cords around the controller itself? Maybe there is. Panasonic, it's a little dirty, this one here. That's an original 3DO controller for the Panasonic. Funny thing about these, got a headphone jack right there. You can plug it in, listen to your games in stereo sound without disturbing anyone else. Really cool. So there we go. And what else have we got? Oh, geez, full box here. Escape from Cyber City. I tried playing this. Oh my god, I sucked so bad. Oh, Pawn and Shop Inc. Rayford Road. $34.95. I don't know when that was, but anyways. And again, another full screen video FMV type of game cell animation. Really cool. Fully compatible with all CDI players displaying this symbol. So I guess this doesn't require the digital video disc, as far as I know. Cool. Cops outside. They're coming to take me away. Haha. They're coming to take me away. Hee hee. Ho ho, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. Yes, I used to listen to Dr. Demento. Sorry. The Palm Springs Open. Now that was an interactive full motion video golf game from, you know, 1 to 4 players, fully compatible with the CDI, ABC Sports. Cool. You know, I think sports games, especially things like golf and baseball, whatever, that had digitized players and those type of real graphics, I'm sure they were quite interesting in their time and, you know, caught people's eyes for looking, at least they looked realistic, right, to some degree. But anyways, yeah, going back to what I was saying, the reason I like these systems, yes, there was a lot of crap released for them. Definitely, I'm not questioning that. There's a lot of garbage titles. But what I liked, okay, here's my Panasonic FZ10. What I like is they tried something different. You know, they didn't consider themselves so much video game systems as they did interactive multimedia boxes. You know, long before Xbox One tried to be the same thing. Just a little joke there. I know they reversed all their DRM policies, but it's just funny. But really, whether it's Xbox One or even the PS4 coming out, you know, with all these things that they promise, social networking and, you know, watching video streaming services and this and that, it really is, these are basically kind of the pioneers of those type of systems, because I think they were just a little far ahead of their time. It was the same thing with the Commodore CD-TV, the CDI, as Steve Benway posted in talking about these type of systems in one of his recent Friday talkies. I think they had forward thinking. They wanted to be something more than just a video game console. But the problem is, the only people who wanted these systems were people who wanted to play games, and that's the problem. This, the CDI, the CD32, the Commodore CD-TV, they all wanted to distance themselves from the video gaming platform that they were. CDI more, Philips and their CDI more, I would say, than the 3DO. The Commodore CD-TV was an interactive system. It had multimedia, it used discs. Same with the CD32. And, you know, they wanted to distance themselves. The Commodore products, the CD32 and the CD-TV, they wanted to distance themselves from the Amiga brand. Even though at the heart, that's what they were. They were Amiga computers with CD-ROMs built in. And then you had your CDI, your Philips CDI. This one's actually made by Magnavox. They wanted kids to do their homework. They wanted educational, entertainment encyclopedias and interactive atlases and things like that. Pretty much all the things that you can take for granted just looking up on the internet now. And the funny thing was, and I had heard these stories from several sources, back in the day when they had kiosks, you'd go to your local mall and they would have kiosks demonstrating the Philips CDI system. And if you mentioned games to them, they were practically nasty to you. They were like, it's not a games machine. It is an interactive blah, 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 whatever. You know, they were trying to sell it so badly as anything but a games machine. Now, we all know that at some point, you know, they weren't doing so well. So at some point, they just said, fine, we give up. You can play games on it. And then, you know, they just went with that. You know, by that time, of course, it was too little, too late. Nobody cared about this system for games. People were still enjoying their existing game consoles and computers. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just pulling out the digital video cartridge for you. Again, this was more of a necessity on the CDI than it was on the 3DO. You could pretty much play the whole 3DO library without the digital video cartridge, but to get the best out of picture and graphics and audio video quality out of the CDI, you required a digital video cartridge like this. So there we go, and that's it. You'll see a lot of pins have to line up there. So there you go. So you snap that, well, not snap it, but rest that digital video cartridge in there. So I want to make sure I line this up properly. There we go. Nice. Okay. And away you went. Like I said, the same capability pretty much built into the 3DO. You didn't need it for games. You just needed it for actual VCD movies. And I had the larger size front-loading FZ1, I think it was called, by Panasonic. But I had nothing but trouble with that one. It was a slow loading. The discs seemed to take forever to load. When they did load, the audio video was skipping and this and they. I read about all these things you could do to fix the tray and lubricate the gears, and you know, I tried all these things. It didn't work very well. Got rid of it at some point. Picked this one up. Nice top loading, simple, much more simpler mechanism. It's worked like a charm. Never had a problem with it. And the other good thing about this is it has the memory management system built right in a menu. On the original 3DO module, you had to load a disk to actually have access to your saves and move around your saves and manage the memory and stuff like that. Those features are built into the FZ10. You don't have to worry about that. So there you go. I hope I'm giving you a little bit of history. I know these videos are basically just to archive my collection, but you know, I like to tell stories, as you all know, and talk and give you a little bit of information about what I'm showing you while I'm showing it to you. So there's another one of the standard Panasonic controllers. And another one of the standard Panasonic controllers. So I'm not going to unravel that one. Now, here's a 3-button Sega Genesis controller, and you're thinking, why do you have that in this box? What is it doing here? Well, on the other end of this controller is this cool little adapter right here. And look, the other end goes to that weird DIN type connector right there. Why? And it also has a little bitch. It's got a little bitch. It's got a little switch right here, actually a little round button that you can adjust. I believe that's for the speed, like rapid fire or possibly movement, because I think it's like emulating a mouse or something like that. But anyways, long story short, too late for that. It allows me to use a regular Sega Genesis gamepad on the CDI system. So yeah, I can use that Sega Genesis pad over the CDI gamepad, which is preferable overall. So that's cool. I like having that adapter. Forget where I got it. I don't think they're... So it's made by one-man operation. I don't think they're being made anymore. So here is the CDI power adapter. Just so you know, the cord for the 3DO, it's your standard. It's your standard cord on many systems, from Sega Genesis to PlayStation, original PlayStation, just this type of Dreamcast, you know, this type of cord right there. It's pretty much the same, or very, if not very close to it. And it just plugs right into the back right there. But of course, CDI's got this weird looking brick right here, and that's not even the weirdest part. Of course, there's the part that goes into your wall, standard USA or Canada plug right there, flat plug. But of course, what's the other end look like? It looks like something you plug into your phone jack. Yeah, looks like something you plug into a wall outlet for your phone. Go figure that. But that's what powers your CDI. So there you go. That's pretty much it. The only thing left, well, I might as well show you. Here's some discs that I got with my whole CDI bundle. Oh darn it, looks like they're numbered and not. I'm not going to take these all out, but oh yeah, these would be your backups, because like the Sega CD, the CDI, the CD-TV, the Commodore CD32, pretty much every 80s based CD system, they play backups just fine. Thank you very much. And I forget what's on all these. I don't know if they're actual, I think they're separate ISOs. There's several ISOs on each one of these DVD discs, which I can extract to a regular CD each one and have quite a library. I can't even remember if these are for the CDI or the 3DO. That's the funny thing. It's for one of them. But anyways, those might be 3DO. I'm thinking they're 3DO. And these are cool. Demonstration disc, not for resale. And this is for the Philips CDI Interactive System, the 7th Guest. Another disc for the 7th Guest. Burn Cycle. I think that's for the 3DO, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look here. See anything on the disc? Oh no. Oh no, it's Burn Cycle. It's for the Philips CDI too. That's funny. I thought Burn Cycle was only a 3DO game, but evidently I'm wrong. So these are all demo discs for CDI. International Tennis Open, Little Divil. I'm not saying it wrong. It says Little Divil. Another disc for that. Mutant Rampage, Body Slam. That's your side-scrolling fighter, kind of like a Final Fight type of fighting game. Dragon's Lair 2. Cool. Crayon Factory. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to do a demonstration video of that one. And Time Life Photography. Oh yeah, lots of fun. Oh, almost missed one more. Just how could I pass this up? And a big old binder. And once again, you know, some of you have been with me for a long time. You're going to look and say, I've seen this stuff before. I'm sure I've seen... Yeah, chances are as I go through my collection, you'll realize you've seen all or most of it before. When I received it, I did an unboxing. My purpose is for these videos, which I think I've made pretty obvious by now, is archiving my collection properly. What's in my boxes, what I have in storage, because when I do get to the task of buying, selling, trading, I just want to have this record easily accessible, and I'm doing it on video, and I thought while I'm doing it anyways, I might as well share with all of you fellows, people out there, because if you go back and look at some of the original videos, like looking at when I first got my Commodore 64 and things like that, I had a really crappy camera and bad audio and stuff like that, so these videos are better. So these are more CDI games, but these are just backups. Escape from Cyber City, Scotland Yard Detective, Interactive, Dark Castle, Clue, The Mysteries Continue, all kinds. 7 Guests, Merlin's Apprentice, Zelda, The Wand of Gamelon. Oh no, Hotel Mario, Defender of the Crown, Battleship Link, The Faces of Evil. Oh no. Pack Panic, these are all for CDI. Yeah, and various Joker's Wild, Zombie Dinos from Planet Zeltoid. Well, I definitely have to check that out. So yeah, just a bunch of backup games and CDI movies. Oh, The Joy of Sex. Well, there you go. Surf City, Caesar's World of Boxing, Chaos Control. Wow, there you go. So, a whole bunch of CDI backups. Whack-a-Bubble, Hot Body, Kingdom of the Far Reaches, Bernstein Bears, Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan. Yep, all CDI. So yeah, besides these demonstration discs, all these blank ones, for sure they're ISOs for the 3DO. I know they are. So I do recall that. And that's it. So binder of copied games for the CDI system, some samplers for the CDI, and some ISO images for the 3DO, and that's it. number 7. Yeah, number 7. 6 was ColecoVision. This is 7. All about the interactive multimedia systems, 3DO and CDI. All right, thanks for watching.